Apostle Paul reminds us that our bodies are the temple now in the New Testament, in the church age. It's not a place. It's not some far-off place. The indwelling of the Spirit, this right here, this is the house of prayer. I think in order for our churches and our own lives to be called a house of prayer, we need to get rid of some things. Here's what's so interesting. The whole event of Passover was seen as such a holy time that everyone was supposed to, like we think spring cleaning around this time, think of like this insane cleaning house where you were supposed to sweep and there wasn't supposed to be a speck of dust, a speck of dirt, a little bit of yeast in your house. It was seen as sin if your house wasn't clean. The idea was you prepare as you celebrate Passover. And what's so interesting to me about this account in Mark 11 is that everyone there, probably before they left their house that day or before they left the place where they were staying to come to Passover that day, they had probably swept their houses, but the temple itself was filled with trash and things that was taking advantage of. And so Jesus says, we're going to clean house. This is going to be a Passover where not one speck of dirt is found in the house of prayer. And He cleaned it out. Before we call ourselves a house of prayer, we have got to be willing for Jesus to come in, maybe even with a whip, and throw things out of our lives. Some clear-cut sins that we've been holding on to for far too long. Some websites that we have been visiting far too often. Some apps that we spend way too much time on. Some ideas that we keep in our minds, some gossip that we love too much. Let them come in and with the whip, clean it out. Get it out. But in that same token, some things that they're not necessarily evil, but they're vying for the priority of God in your life, and that makes them evil. Some things that take way too much of our life, way too much of our energy, and it's pointless and worthless. And so in order for us to be a house of prayer, we have got to allow Jesus to drive out the worthless things in our life.